Okay, so we are officially recording. This Zoom is about posting mostly. So I'm going to kind of go over some things, and then Brianna also has some tips to share. And luckily, even though you guys aren't on, even though other people are not on, we're recording this for people that have like legit excuses. We'll send them the link for not being on. Okay. So first I'm going to start with the Facebook algorithm. So I don't know if you guys know about this. I'm sure you probably have heard about it, but Facebook has like they do this thing where they figure out what you are going to like to see on your news feed, and they just put the things that they think you're going to like to see basically on your news feed. So it's like people that you engage a lot with, people that like maybe talk about the same things that you talk about, people that you've messaged a lot. So basically people that you have a lot of things in common with according to Facebook, they put on your newsfeed. So, I mean, I have like 1,500 friends, and I probably only really see like 50 of them almost, like you don't see a ton of them unless you like hack the algorithm, right? So here are some ways to make it so that your posts are seen more in other people's news feeds. So like, especially if you're posting and you only get like 5 or 10 likes on your post or like something like that, you kind of know that not a lot of people are seeing it. And in general, only 8% of your friends see your posts. So that's why it's really important to know this kind of stuff so that you can make sure your friends are seeing what you're posting. So first of all, I know Brianna's talked about not only posting business. Like you want to have a really good mix in there, which if you go on our team page, Brianna posted a video about posting, which is awesome, and make sure you read that. This is just like above and beyond and some other little things on there, but that is an excellent post. Okay. Anyway, so the Facebook algorithm. So you want to make sure that you're getting seen in all these people. Okay. See, I got distracted. Somebody texted me. So go on and watch Brianna's video that she did that talks about like you only want to post something businessy, like maybe 1 in every 4 posts. You want to mix it in with like family. You want to show who you are, your personality. Do like motivational things, funny things, informational things, just like things that are not all about the SEO, and then mix in a SEO post every once in a while. So anyway, so that's one way, because if you're just posting all the SEO all the time, the people who see it are going to go way down. So you want to also engage more on other people's posts. So like every time I go through my newsfeed, I comment on as many pictures as I can, because the more you're commenting, like obviously likes are great too, but the more comments you're making, the more Facebook is like, oh, she's interacting with this person, so they probably want to see her post too, So you comment as much as you can, like every time. So I don't like just aimlessly scroll, like rarely I go through and I'm commenting. So I do kind of aimlessly scroll, but at least I'm still working my business. So that's one way to help your engagement. Also, when you do post something and people are commenting and, commenting on your post, like every comment, because it shows like Facebook that you're like engaging with it, and try and reply to every comment also. Because like the more comments you have on your post, the more like the more people will end up seeing it as it goes on, and the more like same thing, like the more people that like it, the more people end up seeing it in your newsfeed. And then if you're also replying to comments, it'll also bump you up in the newsfeed too. So that's another thing. Posting with pictures, and I don't remember the exact percentage, but if you post a post with a picture, it's like a huge difference, like percentage-wise, how many people see your post as you just, except for just, what's the word I'm thinking of, versus just posting like words. So, okay, I should just silence this so I stop looking at it. Go away, phone. Okay. So anyway, so I do post, I don't just post with pictures all the time, because I think that kind of can look spammy too. So sometimes I try to post just some wording, wording stuff, and it seems to work okay for me. And I think it's just because I also make sure I'm doing all these other things so that people are seeing my posts in their newsfeed. But pictures, if you post it with a picture, more people are going to see it. So posting it a picture of like you, like a selfie or like your family or things like that are also going to go up a little higher than if you just post like a motivational quote or things like that. Because people like it. And the more likes you get, the more comments you get, the higher up, more people see it. So also you want to get people to comment on your post because like I was saying, the more comments you get, the higher up it goes. So find ways to make your posts more engaging. So posting just plain engagement posts are really great. So things like you'll see them in your newsfeed, like this or that, like do you like a cabin in the woods or this house on the beach better, comment A or B or whatever, like things like that, just things to get more comments. The more you post things like that, the more all of your posts will be seen because they'll see that people are interacting on your stuff. So like sometimes they're like funny ones, like funny engagement posts are usually the best, you usually get the most comments. But even just asking questions like for people's opinions are huge because people love to give their opinion, and not just give their opinion, but mom life. Okay. So, but not just like giving their opinions, just like talking about themselves. Like, how do you do this? Here, go in this bathroom. Kenna's been afraid to go to the bathroom by herself lately. So anyway, a 4-year-old. So posting anything that like any questions that people will answer to give their opinion or just to talk about like how they do something, those are really good engagement posts also. And also the next thing I was going to say is like having a call to action on your post. So if you do like a business post, you can say like comment below if you agree, or put an emoji down here if you need extra energy or whatever. Just like telling them specifically what to do usually will get more engagement because they will I don't know, like if they're like if you just put something, post something, but they don't really know how to respond to it, they won't really respond to it. So if you tell them like exactly what to do, they'll usually respond. So like drop your email below or, whatever. You'll usually get more comments if you tell them exactly what to do. Okay, so that's like hacking the algorithm. Do you guys, have you guys ever heard any other tips that I'm forgetting about? How's that? Okay.
I think you got it.
Cool. I did a lot of research on that. Okay, so another thing, when you're posting, don't answer questions directly on the post, which I think most everybody knows, but you don't want to answer it because then like if somebody comes in and they have the same question and they just see your answer there, you're not ever going to know that they are interested. So if you just say, hey, I'll message you, and then message them the answer, then the next person comes along and they're like, shoot, I want to know that too. And they'll say, message me too, so then that they're interested also. And you always like that comment and then reply, I'll message you to get, up your engagement. So you also want to post when your audience is on, which I know Brianna went over this on the Facebook video that she did, or the posting video. Oh my gosh, I think I have to wipe my child's butt right now. So bad. Are we ever going to have a professional Zoom? I wonder.
No, this is working at home mom life.
Here you go. Can you do it? You totally got this, girl.
I'm impressed that she can't do my 4-year-old can't yet.
She does. She doesn't do it that great, but we're going to take a bath right after this anyway. So worst case scenario, we'll handle it. Okay. Whew. So where was I? Oh yeah, post when you think your audience is on. So think about like who your ideal, targeted audience is and when they're going to be like checking their Facebook, before bed, during nap time, lunch break at work, those kinds of things. They've also done research, and between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. is when the majority of people get on their Facebook, which is kind of a weird time, but that's
what is it, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.?
1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Yeah. So I almost always post in that time if I'm posting a business post. So I post other posts all the time, but if I'm posting a business post, it's between 1 and 4 p.m. usually. Also, another good tip is you can watch your active friends list. I don't even remember where I heard this. Was it you, Brianna, that told me this?
I have no idea.
But you can watch, like, you know how you go, like on my phone, you go over and it's like got your whole list of active friends, but you can see who all is on right now or has been on, so like you can kind of pay attention to that. You can do it on the computer too. You can kind of pay attention to that. And if like most of your friends are on every day at 9 o'clock at night or whatever, then that's a good time to post. So you can kind of pay attention to that too.
Side note, you just had me thinking. So if anybody is using Instagram, I just figured this out. Like you can hook up your Instagram to have, it's like a business page now. And so I don't know if you knew this, but like it'll tell me this post is doing better. I don't know if you can see that. It's doing better than 80% of posts. And then I can view my insights and it'll tell me how many people have seen it and how many people have saved it. And then it'll also tell me like when the majority of my Instagram audience is on. So for me, the majority of people are on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Thursdays at 3 p.m.
Can I switch my personal account over to a business account? Because I have like 7,000 followers on my Instagram. And
you totally can. Because this was my personal and I just switched it. And it hooks straight up to my Facebook page. So everything on my Instagram just goes directly onto my business page.
Oh man, I gotta learn how to do Instagram.
Okay, so I need to do that now. I've been wanting, I built almost my entire business in my last company on Instagram. Like, it was so much work though. Like I put in hours, okay? But I made so much money from Instagram. And I have all of these followers and I'm just like letting them sit there. And I am trying to convince myself to go back on Instagram and go at it again, just like less because it was exhausting. So like you can make a crazy amount of money on Instagram and I can show you how, but
yeah,
I'm
I'd
never
like
do
to
it
know
again.
What? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my gosh. I think I left one of my Instagram training videos up on my YouTube.
I need one of those because I don't even know how to use Instagram except for messaging the kids, the twins. So I need that video.
I just messaged someone for the first time on Instagram yesterday and I was so lost.
That's weird. And they've updated it since, like, I stopped kind of using it about last summer. So I have to read, I have to go back and kind of learn the new updates and stuff. But one of these days, I'll do an Instagram training on how I did it and you guys can do it. It's a lot of work, but you can make so much money because it's just like, there's just a bazillion people at your fingertips. Right. So anyway, that's a future Zoom. I'll go over my Instagram tips. Right now we're focusing Facebook because it's just blur for me. Okay. Because I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram. Okay. So blah, blah, blah. Where were we? Okay. Also, so Amanda, welcome. We did go over a couple things already, so I am recording this and I will send you the secret recording link. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do the recording thing. I don't want to record every Zoom. But anyway, I'll send it to you. So we kind of went over the Facebook algorithm because Facebook, you only see, like, people only see a certain amount of your posts. So how to, like, get more people to see them. And so, yeah, so we went over that already. So you'll want to watch the recording to see that. But we'll continue on now. So another thing is to get their attention at the beginning of a post. Emojis, like, I know it sounds silly, but if you put emoji at the beginning of your post, people like look at it more, which is weird, but that's how it goes. Like post an interesting fact, an attention grabber, something at the beginning of the post to make them read on. Because if you just post like something like, you make it really businessy at the beginning or something like that, you don't post like a question, whatever, people won't finish reading. So you want to really grab their attention right at the beginning if you can. So think about like who's reading your post and what they would be interested in hearing. So if my rib is like killing me. So like you're talking you're talking about the business and you really want to like appeal to another mom, like other moms that maybe want to work from home. Then you post something that that other mom is gonna see and be like, oh shoot, maybe I should read this. Like that sounds good to me. You know what I mean? Like just look at the beginning of your post and think about if that would
find something else. No.
Amanda, you can mute yourself.
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
No, you're totally fine. Hey, we all have kids. We know how it goes. Oh, Kenna, you look so beautiful. Kenna's in a wedding dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tucked in my pants because it's ripped.
It is. It's ripped. I wore this in my sister's wedding. With my little children. Okay, gotta get out of here. Go up and watch Spirit with Dad and kids. Callie and the others. See, I can't mute myself though because you all need to hear me. Okay. So also, if you're gonna post something that's a long post, like like most of the time you have like a couple points that you want to make, break it up into little paragraphs because they like instead of one big paragraph, because people will usually like look at the beginning of the paragraph and sometimes ignore the rest or like the middle, So if you break it up into smaller paragraphs, more people will read more. Or they'll at least read like the first sentence of each paragraph kind of thing, like if they're skimming through it. Also when you're posting, think about how much people are going to see. So if you look at posts, there's always that see more button, So like so think about that. Those top couple lines are what everybody's going to see, and try and get them to click the see more button. So you want to really think about like what you have in there that is going to interest people enough to click the see more button so that they finish reading. Or if you have like a really great picture with it, a lot of times they'll finish reading also. Another thing is like just to post to like a certain person. So like I've kind of mentioned this. I know Brianna mentioned it in her Facebook video also. Like think about who you are talking to and pretend like you're talking to them in person, and these are the things that you want to tell them. So be really like specific on who you're talking to and kind of make your post like that. Like I know in my last company they used to talk a lot about like pretend like you're talking to that stay-at-home mom whose kid is napping right now and they're exhausted and they need extra energy. So you post at nap time and you talk about how you can give them extra energy by, like we could use it for this product too. You can use the energy. So you talk about how you're so glad that you have extra energy. You don't need to go take a nap right now. You can just go and do your dishes. That doesn't sound exciting. Don't say that. But you know what I mean? Like, so like think about what your audience is thinking about right now and wanting and needing, and then provide that need for them. So another thing that is so important is to like really think about, and you guys are all pretty good at this, but really think about why you're in this business and what you love about this business and what excites you about this business, and post that kind of stuff. So like for me, I post way more about the business and the products, and I know you guys know this, which I still have customers, like I still talk to people about the products, but I post more about the business because for me, like that is what excites me about network marketing. I love that I can help people make money from their phones in like 15 minutes a day if they wanted to, like that pumps me up. I love it when people sign up and they're like ready and they tell me why they're here and they're going to, they want to make this extra $300 a month. Like that super pumps me up. I love it. So that's like, I post a little bit more about the business because it's genuine. Like I really, truly want to help people with business, So like if it's the products for you, and you've done all this research on the products, you post about like the things that are exciting to you about the products, which the products are freaking awesome. And I still love them. Don't get me wrong. That's like, I wouldn't have joined a company, just any random company. I had to have a company with good products too, obviously. But think about things that excite you about the business, because most likely they're going to excite other people also. And you kind of want to attract those people that are excited about the same things that you are. So, basically, so like if I ever hear like an interesting fact about the company, I figure out a way to make it into a post. And if you don't want to post that moment, I have a note section in my phone or even like a notebook or whatever, and I write down like that fact or, you know, like a outline for a post or something. I write it down so that I'm ready. So that way the next day between 1 and 4, because that's usually when I post my business stuff, I can go look at my exciting facts or whatever and come up with a good post. Or sometimes I write out an entire post in my note section. So I just go copy it and paste it. Make it simple. So, but you know, like when you hear something that excites you, write that down, because you're going to want to tell other people about it. Because when you are excited about something genuinely, other people will be attracted to that and get excited about it too. I'm almost done with my list.
Okay.
Another thing, never complain or be negative on your Facebook. Like, just don't, Brianna went over this too, I think you did too in your Facebook video, but you don't want to, because like if people are like seeing that you're positive and that your life is really, you know, changing and getting great, they're going to want to join you on that journey. But if they see you complaining, like, you know, like, oh, I have this new business and I'm so excited, but the next post is, oh, life sucks because, you know, this and that and that. And they're like, maybe this business isn't really that great, you know, or maybe these products really aren't helping her, you know, and you just don't want to be that person. Because I have friends that are really negative a lot that I just unfollow because I don't want to hear it, really. So try to be more, you know, as positive as you can on your own Facebook. If you do things like play Facebook games and things like that, try not to post them a ton on your Facebook, because like what we were talking about earlier, the algorithm, people will not like and comment on those very often. So your engagement goes down, which means that all of your posts don't get seen very often. So you don't want to post, and then people will also kind of disregard it because you post a lot of, you know, like if you post a lot about games and stuff like that. Okay. Your turn, Brianna.
Okay.
So Brianna's a freaking rock star. I don't know if you guys are friends with her, but she's awesome at posting about products. Like every time she posts, I'm like mind blown. I want to take this product right now. Even though I already do.
I know, she is too.
She's good.
Well, okay, so I don't know if you guys know about like the color wheel, but I am very much like a green, so I definitely do my research. And that kind of helps because I tend to think of network marketing in general as more education than anything. So I'm trying to educate my audience on ingredients, on network marketing in general, on how it's helping people. Like if you think of it that way, it comes across less spammy. It's not like buy my product, join my team today, because that kind of stuff, it really turns people off. So just think of it as education over everything, and you're going to be golden. I also, when I'm coming up with posts, I start to think of questions that like people are going to ask me in a private message. So those are like, well, what's in it, right? So then I'll go and I'll find one specific ingredient. I'll just turn the bottle around and I'll go and research that one ingredient, and then I'm going to post about that ingredient. Or they'll say, well, how much is it? And so I'll go and I'll make a post on my page about the price. But when it comes to the price, this is a really good time to be a little bit edgy. You don't want to be like too reserved and not really have an opinion, because people are just going to kind of find you boring. So like last night I made a post about a 5-star chef going to Wendy's and how that
God, that's the best post ever.
and how like you can't really find good vitamins at Walmart, right? And so people liked it because it was edgy, right? And then a few months ago, I made a post about, it was a business post about how I had a friend who joined another network marketing company whose buy-in was $5,000, but she had told me no to a $50 buy-in with our company. And it didn't make sense. So I'm being a little bit edgy in my post because that's what people like to see. Not every single day, because then you're going to come off a little bit edgy and kind of like a bad word, but so there's that. And when you're talking about ingredients, when you're researching it, and if you don't understand the wording, like if you don't understand it, how a doctor is saying it, don't post it like that. simplify it and put it into words so that your audience is going to understand it, because if you don't understand it, the majority of your audience most likely is going to be overwhelmed if you're using these big long words that you can't even pronounce. Right? Also, testimonies are really great, and I know right now we don't have a lot of testimonies because we're so new. So what I have been doing is been reaching out to customers, and I say, hey, just give me like 2 or 3 sentences of the product that you're using so that I can share it on a page. And I make my own graphic with the testimony on it, and then that's how I share it. That's just kind of my branding that I'm doing. But that's a great way, or just a snapshot of your conversation with the testimony, because people relate to testimonies more than, you know, facts or anything else like that. Also, if you're coming from another company and you don't know what to post, products are a great place to start. Because I know for me, and it's working for Emily, but I know for me, I didn't want to come across as like that I was just out for the next big opportunity. So just find what you're comfortable in posting, and if it's products, then go and research your products and, you know, do it that way. I also post lots and lots of pictures when I'm doing an ingredient type of post, or when I'm posting about the products, but I don't necessarily post the product directly. So I will take lots of pictures of my kids, of them doing something, and relate that activity in my post. Does that make sense? So the one I just did, you can go on my Facebook and you can look at it. It was a picture of Camden's hand out the window, and I took a picture of him in the rearview mirror. And my first sentence was engaging because it said, say goodbye to the old ways and say hello to the road ahead, or something like that. And then I went into how liposomes are like the future in health and wellness. So, you know, you can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I have that business page, and you can kind of see how I post and make it engaging for people. Also, you want to post to fix a problem emotionally with people. You don't want to just say, you know, are you looking for energy? Are you looking for this? You want to say something like, are you looking to be more fulfilled? Are you looking to find ways to be more present with your family? You know, that kind of things, or those kinds of things, because that's what people are emotionally connected to. That's what they're actually looking for. They're not actually looking for energy or anything like that. They're looking for ways that they can be more present in their family if they're a stay-at-home mom. Did I talk too fast? I kept looking at the clock.
Fantastic. No, you're doing so good. I forgot to look at the clock, so I'm glad you were.
I'm like, any questions about that? I just skimmed through it, so hopefully I didn't miss anything.
No, I seriously love that, and I love the fix a problem emotionally. That's so true for, I mean, business and products. What problem are you going to solve for them? Like, in their heart, like, what are they, you know, it sucks really bad for them that they wake up and have no energy for their kids. So how are you going to solve that with your, you know, with energy, or your brain fog, you know, whatever. But I love that.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Do you guys have any questions?
No, I just got to work on the Instagram thing, because I want to go big, and
That's
I don't
next
even
week
know how to
soon.
use it.
So now I have to get back into it.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'll take
don't be
tips, you know,
sorry.
don't-
I just have this love-hate relationship with it, because I seriously would spend hours a day on Instagram, but it worked. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to balance it, because I just can't do that this time. My brain will explode.
And see, I have a lot of followers, and I follow a lot of people, but the twins had to show me how to message them back and forth, and that's all I ever do. I don't even know how to use it. So I better figure that out.
All right. So Instagram next week.
Okay.
Okay. And then just like, I think that another thing with posting, we only have 3 minutes left, but just don't stress too much. Like, when you're posting, it might not be perfect, but if it's not perfect, super, you can learn from it, you know?
Yeah, you guys,
So
when I first started, I was the spammiest of all spammy people.
Me too. I see it on my memories on Facebook. I'm like, ugh, what did I post?
I have to go through my on this day and just delete it. And I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, that's smart.
Sometimes when I get up in the morning and have coffee, it takes me 3 hours to decide what I'm going to post. I mean, I think about it the whole time.
Oh, that's good.
I'm
And you'll
seriously.
get more into your groove kind of and figure it out. Because like I said, you learn from it. Like every time you post, then go through and think about it. Like, did anybody message me? Did anybody comment? Did people like it? Like, and if you got a message and 6 comments and, 12 likes, I mean, even that's not a ton of likes, but if you got all that, then you know that was a good post. So how can I use that for future posts? Like, what was it about this post that I think made people interested? And same thing, if you get nothing, what is it about this post that turned people off? Like, what is it that, why did nobody want to comment on it? And you just learn from that for your future, and you'll figure it out. Like, figure out what's good and what's not so good. And it's different for everybody because you still have to show your personality. Like, you can't copy and paste all of my things, and you're not going to get the same reaction that I'll get,
Right.
Like, maybe your friends will love something. What?
That was a huge issue in my previous company, was the copying and pasting. And people know when you're not being authentic, when it's not your voice. And so you have to really be true to, how you talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying, if you're not a doctor, don't post like a doctor.
Right. Very good advice. Because they're like, yeah, right. This girl does not even know what those mean.
Yeah.
Those words mean. Totally true. And then they also don't want to ask you the questions because they're like, well, now I look dumb because I don't know what this stuff means.
Yeah, and then they're probably going to be a little bit intimidated because they're like, well, I have to know this stuff.
Right, that too.
I don't want to join because I don't know that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So true. Well, I think this was awesome.
Very informative.
Yeah. You're so smart. Seriously. I took a bunch of notes too.
I was taking
You always can learn though. Like, always keep learning. So important. Okay, so we have less than 1 minute left. So thank you all for being on. I'm going to send this recording to Amanda and to one other person who already contacted me who could definitely not be on. So everybody else, hopefully they'll get on next time or they'll do their own research.
Hi, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye.
being on.